Will this printer work with my iPhone is one of the questions that I most frequently get, and yes, this will work with your iPhone. How's it going, everybody? My name's Eric, and in this video I want to talk about first why I don't really recommend the Rollo printer anymore to people. Then we're gonna do an unboxing of another printer, not a Rollo, but something in the same printer class that's cheaper and it has more features. The Rollo printer revolution in the United States has a lot of marketing behind it and not really like that great of features when you get down to it. It's like a thermal printer that can use USB with Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can't print with your phone yet. They've talked and teased about releasing a dongle, and they've also talked and teased about releasing a full wireless printer, but that hasn't happened yet. And the price point of the current Rollo printer is $199.99, which in my opinion, there are better values that pop up. There's a lot of other private label brands that throw coupons out for $75 to $80 with the 50% off coupons that these other private label companies are throwing out there. And the printer that you're gonna see in this video, it will get the end result of the Rollo printer, but you get this added function of Bluetooth and mobile printing that you might be able to use. So that's pretty much my reasoning why I don't really recommend the Rollo printer to people. Yeah, if you have your mind set on like the Dymo 4XL or the Rollo, yeah, choose the Rollo, but there's still better options out there than both of those. And they could save you guys a little bit of money. And that is a printer that I'm gonna be highlighting in this video. This guy right here, it is the Beeprt BY426BT, and the BT stands for Bluetooth. It's a feature that they don't even really tout or advertise, although it's a feature that a lot of people want. A lot of people wanna print for mobile, and they kinda got it, but they didn't nail it as good as Brother has on Bluetooth printing with their QL1110NWB. But for the price, it's not bad. We're gonna take a look at it today. We're gonna unbox it. I'm gonna set it up. It works on Mac, it works on Windows. I'm not gonna show you guys me setting it up for that today. Those instructions are pretty straightforward with other videos, but the Bluetooth functionality is kind of something that people wanna see in a printer. Brother does it really well, but their printers are more expensive, and then it uses proprietary labels, which turns some people off. This works. It doesn't work amazingly, but it works, and it uses non-proprietary labels. So for the price point, about 150 bucks, it's not bad. Before we get into the unboxing, if you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing, and let's get into the Beeprt BY426BT. Straight from Amazon to my house. It's a logistics label printer, and it looks like it took some trauma during shipping, but that's okay, little buddy. On the outside of the box here, we have our specifications. It is a thermosensitive printer with 203 DPI, prints at 150 millimeters per second, which is 6 inches per second, equivalent to other printers that come from China. Print width up to 108 millimeters, which is a little over 4 inches. Supports black label paper, thermal label paper, and thermal paper. I don't know what black label paper is. It's USB, but it also has Bluetooth, and it doesn't even say that on here. It's so crazy that they don't advertise this. But anyways, let's get into this printer and set it up with mobile, because that's really what everyone came here to see. Accessory bag. We have an alcohol pad to clean the print head. Looks like we have a quick start guide. I really don't go over any of this stuff. I feel like my tutorials are a lot of the times are better, clearer, and provide more information than the manufacturers or the private label people of these products. We have a small little fan fold of labels. How many? We have 20 free labels. Not bad. We have a mini disc. We are not gonna plug this in. Throw it away. We got a USB cable. There's probably a power supply in here. What do you know? 24 volt, 2 amp power supply with a barrel plug and Mickey Mouse plug in. And we have our printer. This design, very similar looking designs to other sausage label printers. We got our feed button here. We got our maker's mark right here and a Bluetooth sticker. A little metal accent. On the back, we have our USB connection, power, and we have an on-off switch. The bottom, we got Beeprt BY426BT. from Nanjing Beeprt Information Technology Co. Ltd. On the side we have our switch to open the printer, and that exposes our print head, which we can clean if we need to with our alcohol pad that they gave us. If for some reason after a bunch of prints you get adhesive and dust and sticky on there, you can clean it. We have our feed guides right here. We have some sensors in here that will sense like where the labels start, where the labels end. And we have our platen roller. That's pretty much the printer. Being a non-proprietary printer, it can work with any 4x6 thermal label. The rolls from UPS or FedEx that you can hang behind it with a chopstick in a box. Or you can use fan fold labels like they give you. Or you could use old Dymo or Brother labels that you already have. It can chug and chew any label because it's non-proprietary. It uses sensors to sense in between the paper, and that's what non-proprietary means. I'm gonna do a quick setup and demonstration. I will probably do tutorials in the future, specifically how to get this thing working on Bluetooth with iOS and Android, because it is very specific what you have to do in order to get it to work. Otherwise, it's a frustration. I think the tutorials would be extremely helpful for everybody that has this printer or has been wanting to get this printer. But anyways, let's turn it on. I'm gonna feed the label through the back. Looks like we're already calibrated for 4x6. If I had to calibrate it, my guess would be to hold this front button down and then it will calibrate, which is exactly what it's. For demonstrational purposes, I have my iPad here. I'm on fulfilledmerchant.com. I'm going to download a sample label, or at least get it in the browser. I'm gonna go up here to the square with the up arrow. I'm going to scroll down. I'm gonna scroll over, go to more, scroll down, copy to FBA print, which is the app that I have to use. Then I'm gonna go to PDF files. The label that I just copied here is there. I'm going to hit print, 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 a couple taps, and it's gonna send the label to the printer. And that's a quick demonstration, not a step-by-step tutorial of how this can print from an iOS device, meaning that it can work from an iPhone, it can work from an iPad, which is what a lot of people actually really want. Here I am on Android, again, for demonstrational purposes. Here I am on the same website. I'm gonna download the label for demonstration purposes. I have to go into the app, FBA print, PDF, choose PDF file, start print, okay, sends the label to the printer. And it is a beautiful label printed from my phone. You can't network it. It's not wireless networked. It's strictly Bluetooth from one device at a time. So if I want to print from this phone, I have to connect to the printer. If I want to print from my iPad, I have to disconnect this from the printer and then connect this to the printer. So final thoughts on the Beeprt BY426BT. Is it better than a Rollo? Value-wise, I would say yes. Hardware-wise, I would say yes. Is that really what everyone cares about? If it's better than a Rollo? Normally it is, because they just like to compare things. But it will work with your iPhone. It will work with your Android, but you will not be able to get it set up without tutorials. I'm gonna have to make tutorials because these companies that sell these printers are complete trash when it comes to instructions. They don't speak or understand, I don't think, the American buyer or a command on the English language that well. The instructions are usually a little bit convoluted and crazy, which leads to bad reviews because people get frustrated. For about 150 bucks to get more features and compatibility, I would say pretty much a no-brainer. The only thing you're gonna be lacking is customer support. Hopefully with the tutorials, you'll be able to get it set and squared away. The setup with Android and Bluetooth is not intuitive at all. It does take an app, and then you have to do a certain thing here and there to like get it in the app and then print it, which I will show in the tutorials, but it is possible. That function plus the price allows me to like crown this a better value than the Rollo, because Rollo keeps upping their prices and other private label sellers pull printers in. So that's pretty much my reasoning. If you have any questions about this printer, put them in the comments section. I will put a link to it in the description. It is available for sale on Amazon cheaper than the Rollo, which is a huge part of my base decision is price, because who wants to pay more for a printer with less features, you know? If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I will make some tutorials coming out, I think tomorrow or maybe the next day, that should help with installing this if some people have this printer or purchased it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.